it's Melissa here from Bugz. Thank you so much for joining me today as we dive into the best of top selling infant car seats here at Bugz. Let's get right into it. Today, I am so excited to be comparing the Cybex Cloud G Lux, the UPPAbaby MESA V2, the Perego Primo Viaggio 435 Nido K, the Chicco Keyfit 35 Cleartex, the Maxi-Cosi Mico Lux Plus, the UPPAbaby Aria, the Clek Liing, and the Nuna PIPA infant car seats. Infant car seats are the best. They are so convenient and such a great solution for so many families. Let's take a minute just to talk about what the essence of an infant car seat is. So typically your infant car seat is going to be a two-piece solution. You're going to have your bucket and your base. Your base is typically going to stay installed in your vehicle, and your bucket will come in and out of the vehicle and often go onto your stroller as a travel system. So anytime you hear the word travel system, we're talking about when you use your stroller frame and you're putting your infant car seat on top. When you have a younger babe, being able to get out and about with them is made that much easier by having an infant car seat. Now, a couple other choices that you have available to you for your newborn in a car seat are to use a convertible car seat that can accommodate a child from newborn. A convertible car seat is a seat that goes rear facing and into forward facing mode. So you can typically use from newborn up until that preschool age or late preschool age. Your other option would be to have an all-in-one car seat. That's a seat that's going to take your child all the way from newborn to booster, the full duration of their car seat journey. Those seats, both the convertible and the all-in-one, are one-piece solutions. So they can't be turned into a travel system, and they are going to be permanently installed in your vehicle. Most families, I'll make up a stat of 99%, will go ahead with an infant car seat for their newborn. However, a great option to consider when building out your registry or, planning is if you are looking, historically, some families would purchase a secondary infant car seat base for a secondary caregiver vehicle or an additional parent, which allows you to kind of move the bucket between vehicles. You might consider actually just getting a convertible car seat or an all-in-one car seat instead for a secondary vehicle, because then you're just able to get that much more longevity out of it. Just a helpful tip. Now, today we are going to be going through the key features, convenience features, enhancements, safety features of each of these seats, and we will be showing you a quick install. Now, always important to note to refer to your car seat manual and your vehicle manual for installation instructions. Our installs today are going to be quick and dirty just to show you the setup. And it's also important to note that the seats we're reviewing today, Bugz is a Canadian retailer. So these seats are Canadian, and they are definitely different than US counterpart seats. The Nuna PIPA and the UPPAbaby Aria are just quick examples of seats that have different features and stats in Canada than the US. So without further ado, let's get right into infant car seats. Let's get into the Clek Liing. Now, Clek is a Canadian company, and the Liing is actually manufactured in Canada. The Liing itself can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall, and the bucket weighs in at a handy dandy 9 pounds. Now, let's come in for a closer look. One of the really cool things about the Clek Liing is that it's actually backed by Clek's limited lifetime warranty. So Clek just really stands behind the quality and durability of their products. It also has a 9-year expiry from the date of manufacture, which is one of the leading dates in the industry in terms of longevity. Now, some of my favorite things about the Clek Liing are the extendable canopy. So you've got a nice zip extension in your canopy, which is great. This canopy has UPF 100 protection, which is awesome. And you have this really nice mesh ventilation panel or peekaboo window at the back here. I loved that with my kids when it was really warm outside and they were in travel system mode, just to make sure we were getting lots of airflow. Within the seat itself, you can see that we have a 2-stage infant insert. So you've got your bolster here that goes under their bum and back, and then you've got your removable headpiece as well. You have lined shoulder straps. When you have an infant, I actually find that these harness cushions can kind of get in the way of achieving that perfect fit. So sometimes I remove these for an infant and install them later when your child is a bit older and they have a bit more space for their torso and stuff to fit in the seat, and it's not gonna interfere with the proper positioning of your harness. The shell of this seat is EPP lined foam, which is energy absorbing foam. Now let's chat a bit about the different methods of install for the Clek Liing. So you have 3 methods of install. You have a rigid latch system, you can install using your vehicle seat belt, or you can install using a European belt path. So the European belt path is when you are installing your infant seat without using the base. So that would be you're installing over the seat. Typically, this method of install can be a bit more prone to user error versus installing with the base. So I would always suggest give yourself time if you need to do that install. Reserve it for, when you're on vacation or hopping into an Uber or something like that. But also give yourself a bit of time to make sure that you can get that proper and safe install. Otherwise, I would definitely always recommend using your rigid latch or your vehicle seatbelt install with the base for the safest install. Now let's talk about the base, because the base of the Clek Liing is actually one of my favorite parts about this whole seat because it is a fully loaded base. First of all, you have a multi-position recline adjustment here. You can actually recline the seat to 7 different positions. And you can see here that we actually have a bubble level indicator, which tells you the proper recline based on the weight of your child, which is a very handy feature to have. We've got our rigid latch UAS install system, which we will show you how to use in a moment. This is the path that you would use for your belt path install with the vehicle seat belt. And my favorite part of all about this seat is that it does have a load leg built into the base. This is a 13 adjustment position load leg so that you can really get that proper fit in your vehicle. A load leg is an incredible safety feature on an infant car seat. It can help reduce the impact of a collision and rotation in your seat by up to 40% for your child. So this is an incredible safety feature to have. Now let's pop over to our vehicle seat and I'm gonna quickly show you how to install the Clek Liing base. So first up, we will pull on these white levers to release our rigid latches from the base of the car seat. Rigid latches are IMO one of the best latch installs that you can get for your vehicle seatbelt because they are just super strong and really going to hold your base in place in the event of a collision. So you're going to pop your rigid latches into the lower anchors of your seatbelt. Then you can see here that we've got some space. One of the great features about the Clek Liing is that you can actually ratchet the seat back and get up to 2 inches of extra room just by pushing the seat flush with the back of your vehicle seatbelt. So I'll show you how to do that now. You're just going to press on these buttons and push your seat in. And now you can see how much legroom we've saved, which is very nice for the passenger or driver ahead of you. Now we will put our load leg in the lowered position. You can see here that we've got a red-green indicator, always green when you are good to go, as well as the green here. I will also adjust the position or the recline of my base just a bit to accommodate a newborn from 4 to 11 pounds. We're installed, so I'm going to pop my seat onto the base, and we are ready to journey with Babe in the Clek Liing. Now let's get into the Nuna PIPA. So this seat is such a beloved seat by so many Bugz families because of its aesthetic design and great features. The seat itself weighs in at 7.9 pounds. That doesn't include the canopy or the insert though. So I did my own measurement, and with those additional pieces, it came out to about 9.2 pounds. The seat can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. Now, let's come in closer for a deeper look at these features. So definitely the greatest features about the Nuna PIPA, in addition to its extremely aesthetic design, are in the canopy itself. So this canopy has really got it going on. First and foremost, you've got your flip out eye shade. Basic, but great feature. You've got multi-positions. You've got a UPF 50 sun rating. You have a nice Velcro peekaboo window here for added ventilation or to keep an eye on babe. But the real dreaminess comes in the Dream Drape. So this Dream Drape is a zip out extension for the canopy. It actually just magnetizes to the sides of the seat. This gives your babe just a little bit of extra privacy, a little bit of extra darkness if they need to rest or, just kind of limit sensory or weather and wind overload while you're out and about. It is such a great feature. It prevents you from needing extra blankets and such, so love the Dream Drape. Now, some of the other incredible features of the Nuna PIPA are you've got a 2-stage removable infant insert. You've got a really nice lightweight carry handle design. You have your 5-point harness. And as you can see here, we've got a rethread harness. So as your child grows, you're just going to rethread the harness through the back of the seat to increase that shoulder height. You also have a heavy duty shell on the Nuna PIPA with side impact protection. Now let's take a look at the base. The base on the PIPA is pretty simplistic, I would say. You're not getting an anti-rebound panel or a load leg, though you do have rigid latches. So this seat can be installed using the rigid latches, using your vehicle seat belt, or using the European belt path, which is when you're doing a baseless install. To install, it's super easy. You're just going to pop over to your vehicle seat, take your rigid latches here, pop them in. Now you want your child to be at a 45-degree angle in their vehicle seat. Now, to achieve that with the PIPA, because you don't have any recline adjustments built into the seat, they often recommend using a rolled up towel or a pool noodle if you need to adjust that recline to get the perfect angle. Great opportunity to refer to your car seat manual to ensure that you are doing that correctly. Now you just pop your PIPA back onto the base and you are ready to tour the town with babe. Also, when you're ready to take this seat off the base, you're just gonna press on this easy lever built into the base itself. Your seat pops up and you're ready to go. Next up, we have the UPPAbaby MESA V2. Like its predecessors, this seat can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds, up to 32 inches tall, and the bucket itself weighs in at only 9.9 pounds. So again, per usual in our top contenders, you've got a nice lightweight bucket. Let's pop in for a closer look. Now with the UPPAbaby MESA V2, you are again getting a really large sun canopy. This has great extension, multiple positions, and is UPF 25. You can actually release the seat from the frame and pull it up using just this one-touch button, which is a great convenience feature. The handlebar otherwise has a multi-position adjustment, and you can see inside the seat, we've got some really nice, really plush infant inserts. One of my favorite features of the infant inserts is actually that they've included labeling. So you know exactly when to remove this. You're gonna use this insert from 4 to 11 pounds. At 11 pounds, you're gonna pull it out, which is honestly very handy when you are otherwise overwhelmed by lack of sleep and a lot of other baby things to consider. They've also got these really nice harness buckle holders so that you can stash your harness out of the way when not in use, and just makes it that much easier to load babe in and out of the seat. You have multiple layers of side impact protection, and you have a no rethread adjustable harness height in the headrest. So you'll see you can just pull this tab here and you've got multiple height adjustments available to grow with your little one. Now let's chat a bit about the base of the MESA V2. To take your seat off the base, you're just gonna pull on this little lever here, pop it off to the side. The base has their Smart Secure installation system, which is kind of their combination of indicators, bubble levels, and their self-ratcheting soft latch installation using the UAS latches. You also have a recline adjustment or a recline boot in the base, so you can really ensure that you are achieving that perfect installation angle. Now let's do a quick install with this seat because it is quite easy breezy. So with the UPPAbaby MESA V2, you can install using the soft latches, using your vehicle seat belt, or again, using the European belt path, which is a baseless install method. Now using these UAS latches, what you're gonna do is just push on this orange button to extend the latch, clip it into your lower anchors in your vehicle. Then you just kind of want to put a knee on the seat and rock back and forth to ensure that you are taking out any additional slack and that indicator turns to green. You can also, of course, before you've ratcheted out all the slack, adjust your recline position. Then you are going to pop your infant car seat onto the base. When you are driving with the MESA V2 infant car seat, you're actually going to put your handlebar in this fourth position, they call it. So it actually serves as an anti-rebound bar, which is a great incremental safety feature on the UPPAbaby MESA V2. Now, the last and least in terms of weight UPPAbaby seat that we are reviewing today is the UPPAbaby Aria. The bucket on this Aria seat weighs in at only 5.9 pounds. So it is the lightest weight bucket we are reviewing today. Because of that reduced bucket size, this seat can accommodate a child from 4 to 22 pounds or up to 30 inches tall. If you are a US viewer, the stats are a bit different in the US. These are Canadian-based stats for the UPPAbaby Aria. Let's pop in for a closer look at the features of this lightweight seat. Now, the UPPAbaby Aria is one of the lightest weight infant car seats on the Canadian market. UPPAbaby has made some great changes to accommodate that reduced weight. So now you have an aluminum handle. You don't have the button at the top of the handle as you do with the MESA series infant car seats, but you still have very easy on and off your strollers. Don't forget, with the MESAs and with the Aria, you can put these on your UPPAbaby Vista or Cruise strollers with no additional adapters required, which is such a seamless functionality feature. Now, one of the big changes, again with the Aria, is that you do have a different canopy. So it's a bit more lightweight, it's a little bit lower profile, but again, you're still getting really great full coverage with additional extension capabilities, and they've built in a nice ventilation panel in the back. While I've got this seat this way, I'll show you that they've also built in a lot of ventilation through the base of the seat to really maximize airflow to your child. Within the seat itself, you are getting your 2-stage removable infant insert with the classic labeling that we know and love. You have a nice 5-point harness here that can be easily extended as your child grows using this little tab at the top here. So you see that extension and pushing it back down. Really nice to be able to easily customize this to your child's height as they do grow fast in that first year. Now on the Aria, you have that smart secure installation system, and you have the same 3 methods of install. So the soft latches, your vehicle seat belt, and installation with the European belt path, which is a baseless install. I'm going to just do a quick install with the soft latches so you can see how easy it is. We do have a full product review on YouTube for the UPPAbaby Aria, where you can see all modes of install if you want to take a look at that in more detail. So again, we're just going to ratchet the base in until our indicator turns green, and we are installed. We've got our load leg already popped out. Our indicator is green there. Our bubble levels are within the lines, and we'll pop our infant seat on. Because of the lightweight design of this infant seat, that's why you're capping out at that 22-pound mark or 30 inches tall. 22 pounds, you know, can typically get you around, for a larger baby, like maybe 7 to upwards of 12 months. Like the average weight of a 12-month-old boy, I'm pretty sure, is around 21 pounds. So you can easily use this seat in many cases until your child turns 1. Sometimes you might just need to transition a month or 2 earlier to a convertible car seat. But honestly, the savings in the weight of the seat is such a bonus. So this is the install of the UPPAbaby Aria infant car seat. This is the Perego Primo Viaggio 435 Nido K infant car seat. I don't know, Perego, how many words can we have in a product name? That said, this is packed with so many features. The bucket on the seat weighs in at 10 pounds. So again, you're getting a nice, lightweight, easy to carry bucket. The seat can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. Let's pop in for a closer look at some of the amazing features that have this seat live up to its name. Now with the Nido K, we have another great canopy coverage with extension, which is a great feature for your babe. Really nice breathable fabrics here with that mesh ventilation panel built into the side. You've got your handlebar here, and you've got a really nice side impact protection with adjustment in the headrest height on the seat. So when you do want to adjust that headrest, you don't need to rethread. You're just going to loosen your harness a bit, then pop over to the back of your seat. You can see here that we've got this button that we just move up, and that increases the height of the headrest just to support your growing babe. You'll see here we've got a 2-stage infant insert program, a really nice 5-point harness with comfy shoulder pads. You've got your buckle holders to make it easier to load your child in and out of the seat. And one of the enhancements of the Nido K is the addition of these kinetic side pods. So these kinetic pods are a fantastic feature for side impact protection. How it works is whichever side of the vehicle your seat is installed in that's closest to the door, you're just going to twist out this side pod, and that just gives you an additional layer of side impact protection to really absorb energy in the event of a side impact collision. Now, while we have the seat off the base, let's chat about the base itself. So you have a really cool leveling wheel here to get that proper recline position for your child. You've also got a bubble level indicator. You have an anti-rebound panel built into the base, and one of my faves, you've got a load leg. So let's take a quick look at this install. So you have 3 methods of install with this seat. You've got your soft latches, you have your vehicle seatbelt with the base, and you've got your usual European belt path install without the base. Popping the seat over here, I'm just going to pull our load leg out first. And then I've just already popped my soft latches out of their holder at the back of the base of the seat. I'm gonna click them into the lower latches on my vehicle seatbelt. And then what you're gonna do here is actually open up this panel. This is the same panel that you would use to route your vehicle seatbelt through as well. On this side of the seatbelt, you've got your tensioning harness clip. So you're just going to want to make sure that you really reduce any excess slack in that base and really get a tight install. Okay, once you have removed all excess slack from the soft latches, you're just going to close this panel. Then you will make sure that your load leg is in the proper extended position, clipped in, and that you have your seat at the proper angle. Now our base is installed, so we are ready to pop our infant car seat on the base. If this is the side that your door's on, you would then just twist out your kinetic side pod for that extra side impact protection. And when you are driving with this seat and using it with the base, you're actually going to have your handlebar in the position where it's just kind of aligned with the top of the seat shell. With your little one. So that's when you are using it with the base. If you're using it without the base, you would actually position the handlebar similarly to how it's positioned when you use an UPPAbaby MESA series infant car seat. So that, my friends, is the Perego Nido K. This is the Chicco Keyfit 35 Cleartex infant car seat. The bucket on this seat weighs in around 10.5 pounds, and it can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. Let's hop in for a closer look at these features. One of the cool features about the Chicco Keyfit 35 is that it utilizes this Cleartex technology, which is synthetic fibers that are inherently flame resistant. Some of the other features that we love are this really great extendable canopy. It is UPF 50, and you have a multi-position adjustable headrest with side impact protection that does not require additional rethreading. So to increase the height of the headrest, you're just going to loosen your harness a bit. Then at the back of the seat, you'll unclip from the base. You'll see here that we've got 2 buttons. You're just going to press those buttons in, adjust the headrest or the harness height to where you need it to be for your babe, and then pop it back into your base. You can see here we've got a 2-stage infant insert, removable again. We've also got our shoulder harness pads, and on the base itself, you have some really cool features. You've got an anti-rebound panel in the base, which is a great safety feature to reduce rotational forces in the event of a collision. You also have your soft latch installation method. You can install using your vehicle seatbelt or using that European belt path baseless install. The base itself is pretty big, I find. It has nice bubble level indicators here. You also have an adjustable boot to get that proper recline. So let's pop this over onto our vehicle seat and show that install. Okay, so when we are ready to install, we're just going to pull to level our base and get that boot out so that we are at a proper incline position. For this vehicle seat, we will just put it down into the lowest position. Our vehicle seat is not a true vehicle because it's flat to the floor versus in an actual vehicle seat, which has a natural angle to it. Now I've released our soft latches from the base. I'm just going to plug them into the back of our vehicle. If you need some additional slack, you're just actually going to pull on this lever to release your extension in those soft latches. Then once you are clicked into the lower anchors in your vehicle, you're going to pull to really get that secure fit. And then you are installed and ready to go. You put your infant car seat on top, and voila, there you have it, the Chicco Keyfit 35 Cleartex. This is the Maxi-Cosi Mico Luxe Plus infant car seat. This car seat weighs in around 8.8 pounds. And it can accommodate a child from 4 to 30 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. So with this Maxi-Cosi seat, they have made some incredible enhancements. One of the big changes that they've made over previous Maxi-Cosi infant seats is they've created more space between the carry handle and the canopy, which makes it that much more easier to kind of travel around with your seat. And they have these great vegan leather accents throughout the seat, which are really nice additions. You have great full coverage canopy with an extendable eye shade, and you've got this really nice ventilation panels built into the side. Within the seat itself, you are getting really nice pure cozy fabrics, your newborn inserts, and the fabrics on this seat are actually made from 100% recycled plastic bottles, which is a really nice environmental story. Within this seat, you're also getting side impact protection, as well as a rethread harness, which you can see back here to adjust the harness height for your child as they grow. Now, popping the seat off the base for a moment, Maxi-Cosi has a really great base here. You've got your soft latch installation method. You can also install using your vehicle seatbelt or with a European belt path for a baseless install. They've also added a load leg, which I love to see. Plus you have your recline level adjusting boot. So let's pop this onto our vehicle seat and do a quick install. First up, I will adjust the recline boot to get the proper angle for my vehicle. I will also pull out our load leg so that once we're installed, we've already got it ready to go. Now to install using your soft latches, you will lift the release lever so that you can get some extra extension to plug them into the lower anchors in your vehicle. Then you are going to release any excess slack, close that release. We are going to extend our load leg into a downwards position so that it is flush with the base of our seat. Then to ensure that you have that really tight install, you'll want to ensure that these indicators are moved to green. So you can see I've got a bit of red there showing, so I'm just going to push down on the base of the seat to release any excess slack. Then once we're good to go and our load leg is flush with the base of the vehicle, we will pop our infant seat on top and we are ready to go with the Maxi-Cosi Mico Lux Plus. Last seat of the day, we've got the Cybex Cloud G Lux infant car seat. This seat, the bucket itself weighs in at 12 pounds. A little heavier, but it really packs a punch with these features. It can accommodate a child from 4 to 35 pounds or up to 32 inches tall. Let's dive into these features because they are pretty cool and unique to this seat. Now, the Cloud G Lux is definitely at a bit more of a premium price point, but the features really sell themselves. So first, you've got a really great, simple canopy. You have your adjustable headrest that is a no rethread harness. You have your linear side impact protection. You have removable infant inserts. One of the really cool features about this seat is that it has this sensor safe technology, which is built into the harness. So that sensor safe technology actually pairs with an app on your phone and will send you reminders if your child has been in their seat for too long, if it's getting too warm in their seat, if it's time to move around, or if you've left the vehicle and there is still a child in the seat. So a really great safety feature that's built in that is so innovative for Cybex in the car seat market. Pulling the seat off the base, I'll also show you that they've got really great ventilation built into the shell itself to really maximize airflow with your child. Another incredible feature of the Lux is that it can actually extend out an additional 45 degrees for your baby to lounge when they are not using the base. So if you have the seat just on the ground, if you're, out and about, or if you have it installed on your stroller, you can actually use this kind of lounge extension feature. There's a button on the back of the shell here that I'll show you. You're just going to look at how much more room your child has just to lounge and kind of spread out so that they're not so crunched up in their infant seat. This is such a nice feature if you're out and about with your child and they're kind of in their car seat for a little while and you want to give them just a little bit more room to move around. Getting into the base on the Cloud G Lux, you have an anti-rebound panel built into the base and you have a load leg built into the base. As well as you can see here, we've got our rigid latch installation system. So this car seat really is fully loaded. It has all of the best features on the market, and you can see why it really serves that premium price point. So like all the seats that we've reviewed today, this can be installed using the latches. The Cybex seat has rigid latches. It can be installed with the base using your vehicle seat belt, or you can use a European belt path install, which is to install using a vehicle seatbelt without the base. Today, I will show you with the rigid latches, which is a really great method of install, super secure. First, we're just going to pop out our load leg so that it doesn't get stuck under our base. If we need to, we can also adjust our level in the boot to get that proper angle adjustment for your child. Now we are going to pull out our rigid latches. So to do that, you're just going to pull on these buttons to release those rigid latches on each side. Plug them into the lower anchors of your vehicle and then just ratchet that seat back so that you are getting a really nice, secure fit with your vehicle seat. You can see here that we have indicators on these latches to show when they are properly installed. Then once we've completed that stage, we are going to go over to our load leg and make sure that we are getting a proper install there. You've again got your indicators showing green and green that we are properly installed. On the side of the seat, you can see that they've also included a bubble level indicator with what angle your seat should be at, reclined, based on the size of your child. So we're ready to go with our seat base. We'll pop our infant seat back on, and you are ready to travel with the Cybex Cloud G Lux. So now that we've convinced you that all of these seats are the latest and greatest, let's talk about how you can select the perfect seat for your family. There's 4 factors that you really want to consider. First of all, what is going to fit in your vehicle? Different vehicles have different car seat requirements and allotments, so definitely head into one of your local Snuggle stores if you can to dry fit one of our infant car seats in your vehicle to ensure that the seat fits. Second, you're going to look at that feature prioritization. So what are your priorities? We've talked about load legs, anti-rebound panels, canopies, handlebars, stroller system compatibility. Figure out what matters most to you, and that will help you narrow down your selection. Next up is travel system compatibility. So again, what stroller are you looking to potentially put your infant car seat on, and are those two compatible? How does that narrow down your decision? And last but definitely not least is budget. So those are the main factors to consider when picking out your infant car seat. Now let's talk about, your child graduating out of their infant car seat, because sadly enough, that will happen too. There are 3 factors that you need to look for there. Have they maxed out the height max on the seat? Are they reaching the weight max on the seat? Or are they reaching the overall fit? So the overall fit is where you want to have 1 inch of space between your child's head and the top of the bucket. So as soon as they hit one of those maximums, you will want to transition them into either a convertible seat or an all-in-one seat. Now, I'm going to leave you with 2 quick tips on using your infant car seat. First of all is how to carry your infant car seat in a way that is most ergonomically friendly, which is to loop your arm around the handlebar and carry like this along your side. It just makes carrying your bucket as your baby gets bigger that much easier. Second, when you're actually loading your child into their infant car seat, one of the favorite tips that I learned when my babes were young is to actually put your handlebar in this backmost position to help anchor your seat so that it is not rocking on the ground. Those were very helpful for me. I hope that they help you. And as you are doing all of your car seat and stroller research, be sure to check out our individual product reviews on each of these seats. We have comparisons, we have stroller reviews showcasing travel systems as well. And of course, when you're ready to consider that second stage, be sure to check out our convertible and all-in-one car seat roundups. Thank you so much for joining me today. Our goal here at Bugz is to instill confidence in families navigating the early stages of parenthood. And I really appreciate you joining me today for this walk down infant car seat lane. We'll catch you on the next one.